Hello students, today we will learn about quadratic equations for class 11. In 10th standard, you already learned how we can get the roots of a quadratic equation. So if an equation is given in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, so we can easily find the roots using the formula x equals to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So the first thing we're going to do today is we'll try to do the derivation, like how do we get this formula. Okay, so we will do that using this equation. So let's start. So it's given ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So the first thing that we're going to do is we'll take the c on the other side, so it will become ax square plus bx will be equal to minus c. Now what we'll do in the next step, we will divide both side, by a. So it will become what? X square, then we'll get b by ax, and here we will get minus c by a. Done. Now in the next step, what we're going to do is this part over here, we want it to look like a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, but if you notice, we do not have the ab plus b square part, but we will make it look like that. Okay, so in place of a square, what do we have? We have the x square, right? Now this part I need to make it look like 2ab. So what's missing? A 2 is missing, so we'll put the 2 over here. So since we're adding this value 2 out of nowhere, we'll also have to divide this whole thing by 2 so that the overall value does not change. Let me show you how. So 2, what's the a? A is x, already given. Already we had b by a, right? Now what I told you, we multiplied a 2. So we'll also need to divide it by 2. Now see, 2 gets cancelled. It still remains b by a into x. But I made it look like what? 2ab. Fine. After that, what do we need? Okay, let's write that much for now. So we got x square plus 2 into x into b by 2a. Now this part is completely the b over here. So to make it a square, we're going to write b by 2a whole square. Easy. Now you must be thinking, sir, how did you add this b by 2a whole square, right? Since I added this, I cannot add something to an existing equation. I'll also have to subtract it so that the overall value does not change. Now if you notice, I did not change anything in the actual equation. It was x square, it's there. It's b by a into x. The 2 gets cancelled, it's still b by a into x. I added b by 2a whole square. I also subtracted it. That means this gets cancelled. It's the total equation remains the same. Fine. After that, what can we do? Just a second. I left it over here. Yes. Now see this part. This completely looks like a plus b whole square. So what I'm going to do, I will write it will be x plus b by 2a whole square. And I will take this b by 2a whole square on the other side. So it will become what? B square by 4a square minus c by a. I hope all of you understood till this point. After that, what we're going to do, let me move with this one. So let's simplify this part. So if we take LCM of 4a square, what we will get? We'll get b square minus a will go 4a times 4 into c, 4ac. Okay. Now let me write it. So we got x plus b by 2a whole square equals to 4a square, the denominator, numerator b square minus 4ac. Now if I remove the square, what will happen? The other side will become root. So if I do x plus b by 2a, it will become plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 4a square, right? Now if you notice carefully, on the denominator we have 4a square. So under root of that will become what? Simply 2a, and this part will remain inside the root over. So b square minus 4ac. Now if I take this part on the other side, I'll get the value of x. So x will be equal to minus b by 2a plus minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Again, if I take LCM, I'll get 2a. Numerator, I'll get minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac. So this is how we can derive the equation and get the value of x. Fine. Okay students, so you have understood how we derive the value of x using this formula. Okay. So in most of these questions, we will directly use the value like the formula and find the values. But in some questions like this one, you will be asked to use this method by which we derive the value of x. So I'll show you this question. So we'll say solve the equation by method of completing the squares. So let's take 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 equals to 0. First step what we did, we took the 2 on the other side. It was 2x squared minus 5x, it will be minus 2. Then we divided the whole equation by 2. So in this equation, what's a? A is 2, b is minus 5 and c is 2. So we'll divide by 2. So it will become what? X squared. Then it will be minus 5 by 2x and this side it will be minus 1, right? After that what we did, we made this part look like a plus b whole square. But here if you see there is a minus, so we need to make it look like a minus b whole square, which will be equal to what? A square minus 2ab plus b square. Let's do that. So in place of a square we have x square, then there's a minus sign. Since the 2 is missing, we will need the 2. X is already there. Now we multiply a 2, so we'll have to divide it by 2. So it will be already there is a 2, so we'll have to multiply another 2 over here. I hope all of you understood what I just did. I divide it so that this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. The value still remains minus 5 by 2x. Now I have done to this part a square minus 2ab. I need a b square. So the b here is 5 by 4. So I will do 5 by 4 whole square. Now I added this extra quantity, so I will also have to subtract it. So the overall value does not change. Here I have minus 1. Now this will give me what? This will simply give me x minus 5 by 4 whole square, and I'll bring it on the other side, so it will become 25 by 16 minus 1, which is equals to what? It is 25 minus 16 by 16, so it is 9 by 16. So if I take the square root, so x minus 5 by 4 will be equal to what? Under root 3 by 4. Root over 9 by 16 is root over 3 by 4, right? So we got till x, what will be the value? So we will have two values of x. One will be what? 5 by 4 plus 3 by 4. Another value will be 5 by 4 minus 3 by 4. So if we take LCM, 5 plus 3, that's 8. 8 divided by 4. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 divided by 4. So what will be the values? 8 by 4 is 2. 2 by 4 is 1 by 2. So these two are the values of x for this particular equation. In some questions, you will be asked specifically to solve the equation like this. So you're going to use this method. Easy. Now let's try a few questions in which we will directly use the formula and find the values. Okay, let's try this question. So we can do these questions two ways. Either we'll solve it as it is given, like in this, what's a will be 4, v will be minus 2 and c will be 1 by 4. Or for our simplicity, what can we do is we can multiply the whole equation by 4. That means multiplying 4 with the right hand side and left hand side. Okay, so what are we going to get? If we do so, we will get 16x squared minus 8x plus 1 equals to 0. This way you get all the values in whole numbers. Okay, otherwise you can do it as it is given. So let's try this question using this method. So what will be our new a? I'll erase this so it will create confusion. So the new a we have is 16, b we have is minus 8, c is 1. What was the formula? X was equals to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So we'll simply put the values over here. So minus b minus minus 8, it will become plus 8 under root minus 8 square, it will be what? 64 minus 4ac. So it will be 4 into a is 16 and c is 1. 2a, 2 into 16. What we will get? So we'll get 8 plus minus 64 minus 64 divided by 32. Now say this part is completely becoming 0. If you remember in 10th standard we learned if the value of the discriminant, that is b square minus 4 is, if it is 0, then the roots are real and equal. So what's left in this? So only thing that's left is 8 divided by 32, which is what? 1 by 4. So what are the two roots of this equation? Since they are equal, both the roots will be 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. Very easy. Says two numbers are such that the sum is 6. Let's take the numbers in x and y. So x, okay, let's not take x, otherwise we'll get confused with the roots. Let's take some other numbers, alpha and beta, which is the sum is 6. That means what? Alpha plus beta is 6. Product is 14. That means alpha into beta is 14. Now what you're going to do is, from the second equation, I can easily find the value of 1 and I'll replace it in the first equation. Let's take beta is equals to 14 divided by alpha. Now we'll put this value in this equation. So in place of beta, I will write 14 by alpha equals to 6. Now if you multiply, what are you going to get? We'll get alpha square plus 14 equals to 6, which will come alpha square plus 14 equals to 6 alpha. After simplifying, it will be alpha square minus 6 alpha plus 14 equals to 0. So we got our quadratic equation. Now we can easily solve it. What's a here? A is 1, b is minus 6, and c is 14. Let's use the formula. So x is equals to what? Always write the formula, then replace the values. Under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So minus b is already minus 6, so it will be plus 6 under root b square. So minus 6 square is 36 minus 4 into a is 1, c is 4 divided by 2 into 1. What we'll get from here? We'll get 6 plus minus under root 36. How much is 14 into 14 into 4? It's 56. 40 into 16, yes, divided by 2. Now what will you get? We will get 6 plus minus under root minus 20. Now we are getting the value of d less than 0. Remember what type of roots we'll get if the value of d is less than 0? Where you get imaginary roots. Now here we can do little simplification. Let's see how. In place of 6, in minus 20, can I write it as minus 1 into 20? Or simple put, it will be minus 1 into under root 20, right? And if this minus 1 is an imaginary number, it's represented by I. So what can I write? I can write it as 20i. Okay, so here I can write 20i divided by 2. I is an imaginary number which is under root of minus 1. Now what can we do? If we divide it by 2, 6 by 2 is 3, and under root of 20. Under root of 20, I can write it as 4 into 5. So 4 will come out, will become 2 root 5. So 2 by 2 gets cancelled. It will be under root of 5i. So we got the answer in terms of an imaginary number. So what will be the roots of the equation? It will be 3 plus root over 5i and 3 minus root over 5i. Now I think maybe this is the first time you're seeing some imaginary number. Now let's see if this gives us the correct answer. Now we got one value of x, right? Okay, my bad. It should have been alpha. Okay. Now let's take alpha as 3 plus root over 5i. What was the equation? It will say alpha plus beta equals to how much? 6, right? So beta will be what? 6 minus 3 minus root over 5i, which will be 3 minus root over 5i. When we take the value of alpha as 3 plus root over 5i. If we take the value of alpha as 3 minus root over 5i, so what will be the value of beta? It will be 6 minus 3 plus root over 5i. So it will be what? 3 plus root over 5i. Okay. Now let's see if it gives us the correct answer. We will do alpha plus beta as 6. So we'll take the value of alpha as this, beta as this. So let's do alpha plus beta. Alpha is how much? 3 plus root over 5i. Beta is how much? 3 minus root over 5i. Root over 5i, root over 5 gets cancelled. 3 plus 3. Answer is 6. I hope all of you understood these questions. So we are done till the first exercise of the ICSE class 11 book, and the next class will continue from the next exercise. So I will see you students in the next class. If you have any doubts regarding any questions, you can ask me in the comments below. I'll see you students in the next class.